Hello, how are you? This is Els coming to you from Bima's Crafty Corner, and today I have these. I'm using a belly band, but you can use anything you want. But this is just, this is like something you can tuck into a pocket or put in a tuck that's going to multiply your writing surface. So it's just a little flip down, and it has these little sections in it where you can write on the front and then write through the middle. And you could put one here if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you, but it does use a couple of our tools. You could use some edge dies or border punch if you have it, just some decorative scissors if you don't, and this just tucks into a pocket and gives you a lot of writing space. So we're going to be doing this today, but we're going to be doing it a little different than this, because since this is like all white inside, I thought, what if we used single-sided scrapbook paper? So that's what we're going to do, just to give it some decoration, okay? So I'm going to get out the supplies. I'll be right back. Supplies: paper trimmer, corner rounder, scissors, bone folder, scoring tools and scoreboard, adhesive, preferably glue, border punches, edge dies, or fancy scissors, whatever you're going to use. This time I'm going to be using some edge dies, so my die machine as well. Paper for the writing space, just plain white, or if you want to use the cards, the paper, use the kind that is white on one side, colored on the other, and a sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You can get 2 of these out of one sheet, okay? So I'm going to clear the desk. I'm going to get out the paper trimmer and the scoreboard, and we're going to get started doing the cutting and the scoring. I'll be right back. So our base piece for this is 3.5 by 11, and since our cardstock is 8.5 by 11, we don't have to do any changing here. So I'm just going to set this at the 3.5. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And I'll cut 2 while I'm here, because I can. We'll do one with plain paper and one with scrapbook paper. And then this piece, which should be 1.5 inches wide, if you cut this at 3/4 of an inch, gives you your 2 belly bands. Okay, so that's going to give you the 2 belly bands that you're going to want to wrap around these if you're using that method and you want to put a closure on it. So we're going to take our first piece and put it in the scoreboard. We're going to be scoring this at 2 inches. A couple of light scores as opposed to, jabbing. 5 1/8, that is 1 mark past the 5. And then 8 1/4. Okay, again, on the long side, 2, 5 1/8, 1 mark past the 5, and then 8 1/4. Okay, that's it for the scoring. We can get rid of this. Okay, now we do have one little bit of cutting left to do, and that is on our paper that's going to be on the inside. So to do these, you're going to want 2 pieces that are 2 3/4 inches tall. So 2 3/4. And these are going to be 6.5. So take the 2 inches off the side first. Let's just do that. Okay. Get this lined up for the 2. Because that's pretty paper and you can use it for something else. We don't want to cut it down. And then go ahead and cut these. We're going to do 2 at 2 3/4. There's 1. 2. and then one at 2.5. Okay, that's a nice piece. We'll keep that as well. And that is all of our cutting. So I'm going to get the cutter out of the way, and when I come back, we're going to go ahead and do the folding, and we're going to do some trimming and, you know, some rounding and things like that, and some inking, and I'll be right back. All right, if you are going to be running these through your die cutting machine, then you need to do that before you do this part, because it's just going to be easier that way. You're not going to have to fight with it. But if you are not going to be running it through and you're going to be using, you know, scissors or border punch, you can go ahead and get this part folded. So, hills into valleys, valleys into hills. So here's my valleys, so I'm going to go ahead and fold that up, making sure that I line up both sides. And go ahead and burnish the fold. And then I'm going to fold the next one, making sure that I've got it all lined up side to side. Burnish that one. And then I'm going to fold over my flap. Make sure that's nice and even, and go ahead and burnish that as well. Okay? I'm going to do that. That's my base. Now, I'm going to take these, and I want to round my corners here. You do not need to round your corners. I just like the way it looks. So I'm going to round my corners. On all my pieces. And I am going to round the corners on the bottom flap here. Probably use the same corner round for that. There we go. All right. So now I have all that done. We're going to do some inking. And what we're going to do is we're going to ink these pieces all the way around. And then we're going to ink this on all the folds around the edges, and get that all prepped. And when I come back, we're going to do this. Okay? Which I'm going to actually do with the border punch. So I'm going to run it through my machine. I'll be right back. Alright, so I have this all set up. I'm using my grid on my mat so that I can have this where I need it to be. And then I'm just going to run this through real quick. Okay. That's going to give me that nice little finished edge. Easy peasy. We'll get this out of the way. And then I'm going to go ahead and ink that edge. All right. And now we're ready to move on. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put my flap at the top, my rounded edge at the bottom, and I'm going to take my sheets of paper, which I'm going to fold in half. Line them all up, nice and neat. Hit them with the bone folder. And then I'm just going to ink that fold. Now, so I have two big ones. They go at the top, and the little one goes at the bottom. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on these and glue them down. Now this line becomes my guide, okay? want to make sure that I line that up and have the same width from one to the next. Go. And the last one. Now I cut my paper so that I kind of maintained the image here, but you can do whatever you want. All right, so now those are down. Okay, fold. I could put a little pocket here if I want to. Fold. I could put another pocket here if I want to. And here's my top piece. So now I can decorate this any way that I want, but first we're going to talk about putting the belly band on it so that we have a closure. And when I do a belly band, what I do is I just put the belly band on, the strip, and I hand wrap it around. Okay? And make sure I've got some overlay, and then I snip this off. Okay? And then I glue the two pieces together, still on the item. Nice and straight. And because I've just finger tightened this, I know that it's going to slide on and off of here. Okay? And now I can, you know, I can decorate the belly band if I want to. Entirely up to me. All right, so we did this one with the colored, you know, paper, the decorated paper. And I'm going to go and grab the white paper, and we're going to bring the other one out here, and I'm going to go ahead and do one with white paper so that you can see the difference. And I think we'll add pockets to that one. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll be right back. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold this, line it up, burnish our folds, make sure everything's nice and straight. And then we're going to go ahead and look here. Now, if you don't have a border punch or you don't have edge dies, what about, you know, some of these like corner punch type things? Maybe you have a nice one. I've never used that one, but I kind of like it. Okay. So it gives you a very nice little look. And now I'm just going to ink everything, and we're going to take a look at, these are our papers. These are the ones we're going to be using in here. So I'm going to fold them in half, and I'm going to be rounding my corners, maybe, if I can find my corner rounder. So I'm going to go ink everything, and when I come back, we're going to go ahead and put this one together. We're going to be adding some little pockets on it. So I'm going to ink this, and when I come back, we will move on to making some little pockets. I'll be right back. All right, so assembly up to this point is the same. We're just going to put some glue on these. And then just attach them. And you can see here, I didn't ink the back of these because why? I'm going to put them down, you know? And then we're going to move on to the next part, which is going to be creating a couple of pockets on this. I know, it's going to be different, but we're going to make a couple of pockets on this one. All right, so let's get this one down. And we're going to put our first pocket right here. Now I'm going to use the scrap paper that I have left over from the other one. to make these little pockets because I can. So I know that they are 3.5 inches wide. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut a piece that's 3.5 inches wide. If I want to put a finger notch in here, I'm going to do that. I'll ink this. And then we're just going to glue it down, just like we would any other pocket. And then we'll fold that up. And again, if we want to put a pocket here, we can. All we have to do is just, you know, find where we want on the paper. I kind of like that. So we'll do that. 3.5 inches. Finger notch. Ink. Glue. And then I could put a little piece up here if I want to. And I think I will. But this one I'm going to cut a little smaller. I'm going to cut this one at 3 1/4. Hey, hey. Don't go anywhere. By like 1 1/2. I'm going to mirror that corner that I put on originally. Ink. We'll see. This may not look good. We'll find out, won't we? Yes, we will. No more ink. There we go. Okay. Well, I like it. All right, I'm going to glue this down. There we go. And then my belly band, again, I'm going to start at the back, bring it around. I'm only making this, you know, finger fold. Glue. And there it is. Now I have a pocket here that I can put a tag into. Where's my tag? I always have a tag here so I can do this. Here we go. So I have a pocket here for a Carter tag. I have a pocket here for a Carter tag. And then I have 3 writing spaces. So that's it. That's my little project for today. If you're new here, and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that button for me and subscribe. Like me, ring my bell, share me with some friends. Check out my community tab. Go over to my Facebook group. There's a link to that in the description box below. And there's all kinds of stuff going on over there as well. And